morning, Paul Chance here. Thank you so much for joining me. I am on the gorgeous cliffs in Manly, Australia. This is just a few minutes walk from my home right now. I'm really, really fortunate. So I wanted to bring you out here and we'll do just a gentle, feel-good morning movement, wake up breath thingamabob. And the waves are kind of picking up a little bit. It's absolutely stunning. I'm not going to give a lot of cueing. I won't speak as much, just so maybe we can absorb. I can send to you some of this beautiful wave energy. So hopefully the sound will work out okay. Yeah. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, put on some waves, some wave soundtrack so that we can be listening to it together. But isn't it stunning? I've been really working with this practice of gratitude and sukha, I like to call it sweetness, of really absorbing in things that are delightful and things that are beautiful, whether they're big, beautiful, like this is outrageously beautiful, or I was watching some crabs move earlier, so the little things, and it's a muscle that we flex. So we practice this. So I'm inviting you to practice this as well for a moment. So that's how we'll begin. What a good way to begin the day, huh? So close your eyes down, sit however you would like, cross-legged, up on your knees, maybe you're even in a chair. And find some space between your ribs and your hips, and some space between your ears and your shoulders. And some space between whatever happened before getting on your mat and whatever's going to happen after. So carving out this time for you. And in this space, can you feel it with a little bit of delight, a little bit of sukha? Often something really big comes to mind, and that's wonderful. And can you make it a little bit smaller though as well? This will have us flex a little bit more, kind of like getting into those tiny muscles. What else brings you joy, brings you sukha? And let yourself feel that. What does that energy feel like in your body? So let it absorb. And know that when we practice this, it's not only because we think we should, because we're doing yoga, practice gratitude. There's so much behind it. And it's not only for this moment that it shifts the moment, which it does, almost instantaneously. But our brain is set up to look for patterns. So when we create a pattern of looking for sweetness and looking for joy and looking for gratitude, then it's easier to see moving forward. So what we're doing now is actually creating our future. So with that in mind, a few more rounds of breath. Letting something absorb in and letting yourself really feel it. Let it imprint. Maybe bring the hands together in front of the heart. And tell yourself thank you for showing up for you today. Often the hardest part is just getting on the mat. Here we are. Well done. And let's begin to move with breath. And slowly open your eyes. Arms go wide, gazes up. Thumbs, fingers touch at the top, and exhale, hands, heart center. Twice more like this. Let there be some resistance, like you're pushing up into molasses or honey. And exhale. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, hands, heart center. Let's move into Skandasana. So we're going to extend the legs out. You can grab your booty, good thing to do in the morning, pull it out a little bit so that the pelvis sets forward and we have more space in the low back, always looking for spaciousness. Flex the toes back and take the hands down. So we're looking for 2 long lines from the tailbone through the spine and the hips out through the heels. And just take a moment here finding some space. And you can see about sending like energy arrows out the feet and same out the crown of the head and sit bones down into the earth. And feel the spaciousness. Maybe you can let a smile go across your collarbone so you get a little broader from shoulder to shoulder. One more round of breath here. Full inhale. And full exhale. Inhale, arms lift up. And exhale, fold forward. So the hands can come down on the sides. They can sneak forward towards the feet or the heels and really invite you to have a bolster or a block underneath the knees. You can also take your fists and just place them under the knees. So that'll give a little bit of release to the backs of the legs. And just fold forward to whatever feels sustainable for you today and a little bit edgy. So what I mean by that is like we want to feel it, but we don't want to not be able to breathe through it. And remember, we're setting our stage for the day today. So let's set it kindly. And also, you can take your head in your hands. If you have props and blocks, you can use this too. So no pressure today. Yoga doesn't have to look like anything certain. It's not about the shape. It's about the sensation and the breath and the stillness and the movement. But not worried so much about the shape. When I guide alignment, which I really love to do, it's all about giving you invitations for an experience. Not so much that it's right or wrong. I said I wasn't going to talk that much. Look at me. Inhale, halfway lift wherever you are. Extend your spine. And exhale, fold. Once more like that with breath. Coming all the way up. Cross the legs. Roll over the knees into tabletop position. Bend the elbows. We're going to sink back into this kind of pouncing pose. And then the exhale comes forward and you round the back, push the ground away. So in the inhale, hips go back, elbows bend to gaze forward. Pounce. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. Push the ground away. Again, pounce low. You can bring the hands and knees towards each other energetically. Feel how that changes it. And exhale. Beautiful. Tuck the toes. Push back, downward facing dog. Any movement you'd like here. And then we'll find stillness for 3 rounds of breath. See if you can even out the inhale and the exhale. Fingers wide. Find stillness for a moment. Full exhale. Inhale, wave forward, plank pose. We'll come all the way down onto the belly. So you can come down by bending the elbows back. You can take the knees to the ground as well. Untuck the toes. Interlace the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back and lift up. Press the pubic bone down to protect the low back, and we breathe here 3 rounds of breath. And release. Maybe make a little pillow. Just feeling your heartbeat and vibration against the floor, the earth. I'm going to push back into child's pose, pushing into the earth. Hips move up and back. Knees can be wide or separate. And downward facing dog. Slowly walk the feet forward into ragdoll position. So the feet are wide. The knees are really bent. Find some buoyancy. And you can grab opposite elbows or you can interlace behind the back. And find a little sway. Release the hands and inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold twice more with your own breath. Plant your hands, step back with the right foot. We're going to bring the back knee down. Untuck the back toes and straighten the front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Hands can be on blocks, on fists. You can come up high or you can come down low. So lots of different options. Knee doesn't have to be straight, it can be bent. But do flex the toes back if that feels okay. Heart's reaching forward, gaze coming forward, shoulders coming back. So we're not like this, we're pulling, lengthening. And begin to shift into the front leg. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. We're gonna take a twist. Right hand down, left arm up. Lean back into the shoulders and pull back on the left hip crease. Left arm reaches forward and off the right side of the mat. Warrior dog. Plant the back heel down. We're going to reach off the left side of the mat. Front leg is like it's in Warrior 2. Inhale and exhale, fold. Pulling back on the left hip crease. Kind of bringing that booty wants to stick out, which is fine, but see what it feels like if you bring that leg into alignment as well. Into a Warrior 2 alignment. Still moving with breath. One more inhale. Exhale, Skandasana, back of the mat. So turn the back toes out and hips come down. So they can be here. This is great. Lots of opening in the left groin here. Or maybe you come down farther, and this is great too. If you tend to hyperextend here, you can press the heel down even more, so you have a little bit more space here. Maybe opening the arms. We're going to spiral towards the back of the mat. So turn towards the right. You can plant the hands to help you turn towards the right. We'll do the same thing over here. So bring the back knee down, untuck the toes, Ardha Hanumanasana. Both sides will be different. So let yourself explore each side rather than assuming where you need to be. Oh, so stunning here. Beautiful world we live in. And begin to shift forward. Tuck the back toes, plant the left hand. We'll take a low lunge twist. So twisting open towards the right. Shoulders roll away from the ears, always looking for spaciousness. Pulling back on the right hip. Spiral your heart towards the sky. One more inhale. And exhale, right arm comes forward and off the left side of the mat, setting up for warrior dog. So it's warrior 2 in the front leg, downward dog, or warrior 2 in both legs, downward dog in the arms. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, sink down. And continue like this at your own pace, own breath. Once more, inhale. And exhale, Skandasana, back of the mat. Hips high, low, or anywhere in between. Maybe opening the arms. Woo. And let's take the hands to the center. Wide leg forward fold, toes in, heels out. And see if you can lift the arches of the feet as well. Hands can go anywhere you'd like, maybe to the ankles, maybe way out front into like a downward dog, or maybe back. Lift the shoulders away from the ears, making space for the neck. And slowly plant the hands down. I'm going to come back into a seat where we began. Let's take the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. One more pose, opening the hips. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold forward. So you can fold forward with a long spine, or you can just curl into. And this hits more, for me, it hits more of the back of the neck and the upper shoulders if I round. And just letting the head be heavy. So whichever feels appropriate and accessible for you today. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming up, cross the legs, and just take some spirals with the spine. Up 3, 4, 5 in each direction. And begin to find stillness. So you can relax into Shavasana here, or you can take a few minutes in a seated meditation with me. Often in my morning yogas, I like to finish in a seated meditation, so then I'm ready. I'm ready to move. But often I will lay down. I'll do the Shavasana. I'll take that style. So up to you. And you close your eyes now. And coming back, or bringing your awareness back to steady breath. Noticing any sensations, vibrations happening in the body, heartbeat, pulse, quality of your energy, emotions. And then whatever you notice, just let it be and let go of the awareness. And we'll take a few moments in silence. No more doing, just being. And bringing awareness to your breath again. Sipping in big inhales and fully releasing the exhales. And if you're in Shavasana, you are welcome to stay right there. You can also slowly come to a seated position if you'd like. No pressure. And just a few more moments with these last breaths together to come back into sukha, into noticing sukha. So anything about this practice or the sweetness of the breath. My gratitude for the space. Normally when I bow out, after I say namaste, I always say thank you. And for a long time I didn't know who I was thanking, what I was thinking, but I think it's just this practice, like my gratitude for this practice. So whatever it is for you, let's bring our hands together and bow forward. And together we say namaste. Well, thank you all so much for joining me in this beautiful, beautiful space. I'm moving up north in just a couple weeks, which is beautiful in a different way. So I'm really having like this kind of pre-nostalgia about it here. Imagine if we always lived with that, looking around and absorbing the sweetness and everything all the time. So that's my practice now, because I've noticed that I've been doing that right before I'm leaving. I'm like, I need to do this all the time. So thanks for practicing that with me. Again, my name's Cole Chance. ColeChanceYoga.com. You can find out all the things about me, retreats coming up, yoga teacher trainings. And if you'd like longer classes, head over to my subscription site, Om Yoga Tribe, and I put out hour-long classes there every month. So thank you all so much.